mfie duonu nkron 29 years. BWF Solicitors Legal Hour. Inti se ba na ebusuansem bi te se child care, eya abofrahwe mu, awargya ye ho twuma mentwi. Ene ohye ana injunction ye de to domestic violence so a, ye ma legal assistance ya edimu na ye adwuma nso. Ye in child care, any family team no nim nia wo famu ewe nia ya wo breyimo. Enu nti ne yetu ye mbo asema wafutu a esefata ewo kokoa mu. Ye be an office free juada ekosi fiada anopa non krumpe mu ekosi enumre numsia eye 9:30 am kosi 6 pm na memene danso appointment nko free anopa nondu ekosi ewia no 9 eye 10 am kosi 4 pm. Ye were 4th floor ewo Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road.
Right as a barrister at law in Ghana.
4 NP.
EU nationals nyina ne won ebusuafo a wonye EU nationals nyina o se wo apply ma EUSS ansa June busome akona wieye afi 2021 yi mu se wanya ebe ha won kratasem a wo de ti UK se wontu anamon we na wo apply EU settlement scheme entwen last minute ansa ehu hia yie pa se obebotumi a wo de tena UK no ho ban na wo hia legal advice bi anso a pebi we koma EU ana EA amanfo nyina wokra registration certificate ana permanent registration certificate ana ebusuafo ayama won resident card ana permanent residence cards a ewo EA registration 2016 no mu se wonya ye we nyina na se wo sefata apply pre-settled ana settled status answer 30th June 2021 EU settlement scheme pre-settled status eba na wieye ewo 30th June 2021 na mum ehun me hia yie se obe apply no ntem na eduwe gine yie na hye so se we koma omo wo UK ansa 31st December 2020 a wo kra won krata esefata nyina edi won adanse se wendi immigration mrei so na wunni adanse die bia eche mretenti a watena UK se ana EU nationals no nso a eno so betimi ahawdache se wo apply wo British citizenship. BWF Solicitors ewo nimdie fa UK immigration law na omo aboa ebusuafo bebre wo applications a efa home offices EU settlement schemes no ho wonti bebre asia for BWF Solicitors ntempara ewo 020 849 37340 ana 077 127 61884.
Sempabika ana yewo ahoden na yewo nkwa na enye ya ho ofe na enye ye nimde na enye nnwuma ayeye enye ya no katikati na mmom eye adum binti nkreni beka adum dromo grace so adum grace dromo yo etiefo adofo ahwefo mema munyina chen. Good morning na baby awo ewi abode a good afternoon na say enyumre so ane good evening aha ye GN radio UK na mutie anope nso ebeda otwede ampo ase enam adom ne nti no wama wo enkwa wama me nkwa wama yemre se ene nso yemfa ye ho embehie mu wa ha na nsɛm a ɛfa emra ho no yentutu engu fam na yensua mu nimdeɛ ɛne sɛn misrɛmu adɔfoɔ mɛpa mocho eni die mu ɛne deɛ ɛyɛwo ɛyɛme nsɛm no ɛdɔɔso yie na mesrɛ sɛ ubɔmɔden uba ahoma ne so a bɔmɔden na hyɛ bubiri ne sɛ hyɛ kyɛ na nkɔgya na yɛahyɔn baabi biara o WhatsApp group gyae adɛnti na meka sa mɛkyerɛ mo ntia mo ara ɛnkyɛ biara na mmom sisi adeɛ nkyia na mede nkyia mɛkyiakyia mo nyinaa baabi a mowɔ mesrɛ Facebook foɔ monhyɛ na ɛnkɔ akyikyikyi momma yɛnhu sɛ ampa mowɔ adwumadi a yɛyɛ mowɔ ho dɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ no nso ɛkenya yɛn abere biara na oba ha na obiara ntie na obiara nhwɛ a wɔn sɛ wosɔre aba koraa na ntaban no entumi mbo ne yie nti monhyɛ ma yɛn why na ɛnkɔ akyikyikyi obi biara ɛnte nea ɛkɔ no hu nea ɛkɔ no ɛna adwuma a ɛbɛdi ɛmo ɔdɛm de bia meka sɛ ɛmo ɔdɛ because wonim bibi na usua ana wohu a ɛyɛ nimdeɛ a wode aka wo deɛ ho and knowledge acquiring no ana getting learning no add up to your development, your mental development ɛyɛ adesua biara yɛbɛsua wo bibie mu no ɛyɛ ma yɛn nipadua no madam as yɛbɛkɔ yɛnim ɛna yɛnya yɛn papa pemu ankasa Dr. Uncle Lawyer Bernard Owusu ɛwɔ ha a ɔne yɛn na ɛba bɛdidi saa nkɔmmɔdie na topic ni yɛde bɛba ɛnkyɛ mɛba bɛka ho nsɛm kakra na mmom ɛnam emre ne nti no mɛma Dr. ho kwan na ɔno nso ɛnkyiakyia adɔfoɔ na yɛhu sɛ ampa wabɛlande nti good morning Uncle Ben.
Oh, good morning, Manye T. That is a
nyame adom mpacho me ho yɛ paa na mo nso ɛne team ni nyinaa
obia ho yɛ Yehowa dom ho yɛ edamase sɛ anɔpɛ nso mode mo fidie ato ha na mutie titiri no yɛda nyame ase sɛ anɔpɛ wama yɛ nyinaa nkwa na yɛtumi asɔre na yɛtumi ne mo abɛdi nkita ho yɛda mo so ase GN Radio sɛ mama yɛ platform ana yɛda atiefo ase sɛ anɔpɛ yi wɔbɛka yɛn ho na ɛnɛ nso yɛbɛdi nkita ho na aboa community no aka mmara asɛm mmara no emu biara wopɛ sɛ wobisa questions from A to Z sɛ yɛ land law ɛwɔ Ghana sɛ yɛ litigation, dispute resolution, family law, immigration, debts, consumer credit. Emu biara wopɛ sɛ wobisa biara no yɛbɛma wo ho mmoayɛ ɛwɔ ha nti wɔ question biara wo biara no bra na yɛndi nkɔmmɔ.
Yo, Uncle Ben yedas yebeda wase tiefo na hwefo nyina enso yebeda wase ya meda wase personal sa edwumede a wo ye ema community free education yi legal education yi no boa yen kasa boa amadodo na dane pocket lawyers sisi a obi to me fan papers tia wetie all these years over 28 years mo practice a mobile radio so more than 10 years ni no nimdia nkrofo esua nkitenkete na obi to me fan document ono afili because wetie wo pen na wenya nimdie bi intanke ben wo soso nyame enhrawo se de bia ye to nsa frewa wo honom na waba be kyerɛkyerɛ yo etiefo ye koye nim emre ni swa ene no se ne etie no ye beda masinsu bio mesra mu Facebook fo ni WhatsApp ene YouTube fo no monchiche ena enkwachi emaye enkwachi pa emaye ene no ene sen before ye betie update kakra what system no mo anope say mo tie TV news ana se dodo na enya kwan mo fifie before news time na nsɛm kakra bia bedwetwe mu yɛsɛ obia etumi ehu na migidi sɛ yɛn papa bɛma yɛn update kakra aba na after that no ni amede to kwan mu ne say meka topic na ye beka meka ho nsem kakra na afa telephone lines ayede adwuma no ni tituru ene ni tituru last week ye nya na easy kra enti ene no ye lines no ye Skype line na end up with 0185 no eno ni Skype line no eno no ha ye wo frɛ so a ye te wo nka pepepe nanso ye nkasa a wo nte enti no mesrɛ se wutie misisia na ayembia wo pese wo frɛ a sa line no emfrɛ why line na ye 0203280185 no emfrɛ eno so however no ne ekeka ka ho ne nyina ne de utumi efrɛ eye 0203735820 no eye adwuma na 077879399958 no so eye adwuma na me de na ya me de kan no so eye adwuma eye 07596620 no ntini me ensa we na ye mbɔ mpan sɛ nyame bɛyɛ adom soronko na ne nyina enye adwuma ofrɛ so a metumi afa na we bisa wasɛm fɛfɛɛfɛ na Uncle Ben so yiwa no dedede saa na tie enti no ye bɛhwɛ ye topic ni sɛ ye na aware mo nsɛm dɔɔso aware de enti na ye maame ye papa no ye nananom ka aware okɔ abisa aware de emo nsɛm dɔɔso obia de nigye na ɛkɔ aware mu obi biara wo wiase de nigye te sɛ kakra ye fo so omo no omo de omo nso omo de ye wo ho na odi enigye ɛkɔ aware mu no enya wo botae sɛ okomu na wɔtwe bosome afi mfinum mfinsia na ubejai aware enye obia de sa na mmom esan se nipa asetena nipa ho ya ahomte nipa oni nipa tia nipa ho funu woni ye bi enkoyie ma baako a o se mempewu bio anase obehu ana nsem nkitinkiti bi na ebewie ye se motete montamo ana asomdwe embra embia emontete no enkoye just separation keke na emom embia na akoye awaregyaye na sa awaregyaye ya nim se ehun sunsun aso no eya na edosu ye enkanka se nkwala wo mu a eya na nsempi ne wom na mpo se opese wo mogya aware ewo mra kwan so se ne ebeye a obia so mbedwo no a enkoba ne se ene megya wo mishawa na mede wei ebo nsubo me se we usike bia o se utua untua hwe bia o se o hwe me wanhwe je se nsam ne dɔɔso awaregye mu no nti no eya na nkrofo bi kura bɛkɔ awaregye mu a na ehu ahye mo because process na obɛkɔ mu kura na ohu so emi so na aware na ohye mu no na ne ho tete a o se ofiri mu me de me kan awaregya Bible na se enyo na awaregya ye proud na ye kun na obegya jai ene de na nchen yo ma me nkasa enye tenten ene ehun nsem na ye ba beka the process to go through a divorce ebe ye smooth one onya ho nsem ena afen so sesika sem wo mu nkwala sem wo mu ene yen papa Uncle Ben ba be divert ana so be digest nsɛmsɛm ɛwɔ saa de mu nyina de amaye na mmom ansa na ye bekoso no mesre no na se update bi wɔ hɔ a Uncle Ben mesre na wo de update na mai na afedie wo de ye education ye wɔ ene no se ye betumi aka ne brofo no for the first 10 minutes na after that no na afedie ye kɔ ya ye kasem Uncle Ben we de metoma me da se
yo manyeti I'm say update ewo ho a medema no I'm say last week make say EU settlement application no any derivative rights application no omo the forms no abegu internet no so ye paper form to say the tete no ne nyina ye nimu no enti eguso no pay a me hwe na da so ho mo de ba nra link ni nyina ewo ho ama dia wo se wo ye ne se wo call home office website na wako baby ade bia ye fa forms no enti sa website no UK government website apply for EU settlement scheme by post or email enti no wo ye application no be no by post and answer by email enti na ade a kama ade ba ko nso abeka ho no coronavirus by say EU law no say under Annex 1 of the Appendix EU. Say we free Kumuha ekotena baby for 6 months at the corner. It me at the insunsamo at the brow. And I say ekotena more than 1 year. It me at the insunsamo at the brow. Abane the abase up to 1 year, even beyond 1 year no. Say coronavirus in tea and I would outside and the problem be anyhow. I did be here and medical evidence whatever I bet you say nunti and I know Nikomo. You say you know be brave echo car a woman I'm no can more continent there. The donor 18 Emma in Tenuntinabano at the Aba says coronavirus Ebiamoko. Could have to the bottom and I see as Mamma UK and I'll be Abana Sawatias here. Affect more continuity of residence towards more settlement. And I said the accounted towards curtailment of leave, say I would be more than 6 months and now 1 year. And I said would be more than 5 years. At the moment there, the nations will be more than 5 years. Corona like I said by and say I think 1.5 years. And any updates about good morning everyone. We are delighted to be hosting you again this morning. And our topic today is very relevant in the sense that although we all do not wish that marriage relationships break down, but it's a reality in the season that we are. And unfortunately, all over the world, relationships break down, including marriage relationships. So today's topic is to look at how to prepare to go through a divorce, and whilst you're going through divorce, the steps to take to ensure that the disruption in your life, and to a large extent maybe your children's life, is not as draconian as it can be. Or divorce affects children and it affects finances. So what is divorce? In this country, we've got divorce and we've got dissolution. Dissolution refers to civil partnership and to same-sex partnership relationship. But the divorce is what I'm concentrating on now. So if you look at Section 1(2) of the Matrimonial Causes Act of 1973, it provides avenue for couples who are experiencing marital difficulties and are unable to settle, which has then caused the relationship to break down irretrievably. Go through a legal process, which will then separate the two parties, which will then come with its attendant ancillary relief, or what we call the financial matters. So that is, to a layman, that is divorce. So divorce is the separation or the abrogation or the revocation or the cancellation of a marital contract between a man and a woman, which is usually done by a court. We know that in Ghana, it can be done by the families or the family tribunal or the chiefs and the kings in our country. Under the Matrimonial Causes Act, there's only one reason for divorce, and that one reason is supported by 5 particulars. And so for you to succeed, your divorce must show, or your petition must show, that there are elements in your life which you find intolerable, which has caused a marriage to break down irretrievably. So you must show that the marriage, 1, is broken down, and 2, that the breakdown is irretrievable. The breakdown obviously means that, of course, you cannot continue to live with a man or the woman, and irretrievably means that in spite of maybe attempt that has been made towards reconciliation, this is not a case where you can reconcile with your wife or your husband. There are 5 main factors, and these factors will feed into the statement of case. And the statement of case clearly will show exactly which of the 5 factors that you're relying on. And can I say from the outset that you cannot divorce your marriage unless the marriage has lasted for at least 1 year. The only time that you can file for annulment is when, of course, the marriage itself is not marriage or has not been consummated. The different principles which are applied to both. And indeed, of course, you can file for judicial separation before the 1 year, and then you can convert that into a divorce after the 1 year. The other part is that under Section 51 of the Matrimonial Causes Act, the marriage itself must be a valid marriage. So if it's not valid, you cannot divorce, and the law will not allow you under Section 51. That is something that you must bear in mind. So the first factor is what we call the separation. There are two types of separation. The separation without consent, which is a 5-year separation. The only bar to it is that if the respondent can show that the breakdown or the divorce will affect their financial status. The second one is separation with consent, and usually will be separation over 2 years. And therefore, you will require the consent of the respondent, either by acquiescence by way of email or a written statement to say that they agree to the divorce. The second part is desertion. Now, desertion is a very complex area of law, and most people do not file their divorce based on desertion because the 4 elements must be found in desertion. So first of all, you can live under the same roof and still claim that you've been deserted. Why? Why? Because there are elements in the desertion which must exist. 2 on your part and 2 on the part of the respondent. The first part is that on the basis of the respondent that he has or she has deserted you by physically refusing to have a relationship or a marital relationship with you. 2, and that you have not given consent for that desertion to take place. 3, that you yourself do not accept the desertion and that you have not given consent for that to take place. So although you're living under the same roof, this is very funny, but the case law is very, very clear that in those cases where the relationship has broken down because one party has separated from the relationship, and it's not only separation, but has ensured that the marriage itself does not exist, in the sense that that is without your consent. Because with separation, it can be with your consent. But desertion, you don't have to give consent, or that you haven't caused the desertion to arise. If that can be shown, then desertion is also a ground that you can rely on. The third one is unreasonable behavior. That is the most popular grounds for divorce, and the particulars are very, very elaborate. You can rely on drunkenness. By drunkenness, I mean that anything from abuse of alcohol to vomiting in the house to causing riots in the house or violence in the house because of the drunkenness. 2, gambling or wastage. 3, refusal to have, a coitus relationship. Coitus relationship is mainly sexual relationship with you, because we know that part of marriage is to have a marital right, including having sexual intercourse with each other. So if that doesn't happen, then again, that could be a grounds for divorce. The other one is unnecessary criticism. So nothing you do satisfies the man or the woman, and everything you do is a point of conflict. So either your cream smells, or you don't know how to dress, you put on too much weight, you look ugly, your mom is silly, your mom is stupid, the son you brought into the relationship is stupid, you are not intelligent, and you are wasteful, and your food is not nice. Anything from what some people may term mundane or trivial or innocuous reasons to anything that clearly causes the relationship to break down. It may also include where you are unnecessarily suspected of having a relationship. So if your wife or your husband has continually been criticizing you or questioning you, accusing you of having a relationship with a gas man who came to read your gas meter, the milkman who delivered your milk, the postman who usually will chat with you at the door, or when you go out to parties, this man or this woman will not leave you to dance with any other person and will be following you everywhere. And when you get home, you're then accused of having been flirting with someone on the dance floor. Reasons for unreasonable behavior can be any of those. It can be also men who are not providing what we term chop money. So if you're not giving money to your wife or the other way around to run the house, again, that can be a point of conflict and that can be one of the factors for unreasonable behavior. What we usually don't use most, which is also one of the grounds, is adultery. Adultery, you don't have to name the other party to the adultery. Clearly, a mention or proof of that, an admission, will suffice, even if they don't admit and you've got good reasons. For example, the cases that we're dealing with, for example, the wife had 3 children with this man. It turns out that 2 of the children, the last 2, are not his children. So the only reason why they are not his children is that the wife would have obviously had a relationship with another man. That is why the children are not his children. So again, where a child has been born out of a different relationship, then clearly adultery has been proven. Or where the man or the woman is living with another man or another woman, even same-sex relationships where the other party is living with the same sex and having a relationship, and you can show that he has left home and living with this person, then the only thing that can be construed out of that particular fact is that there is adultery taking place. Once you've got all this together, you file your statement of case. You can file the divorce online. It's quicker. Since 2019, all divorces can be filed online. Your lawyers can also file it online since 2020. In fact, they will have to register and then file the divorce online. The divorce courts were set up in 11 districts. This has been reduced to about 9. There's even more intention to reduce it further, and we are all aware that later this year, the no-fault divorce will also come into play because the government has approved the bill. Finally, you issue what we call the divorce petition, which is a Form D8 that goes to the court. You file it with your fees of $550, or if you haven't got the money, you can apply for fee remission. And if you're on benefits, you will get a fee remission. The fee remission will exempt you from paying the fees. And then the petition will be issued. The respondent will usually be served, and they will be served with 2 documents, the notices, and then the acknowledgement of service, and then the divorce petition itself. It might be in duplicate or triplicate. It depends on how many people are to be served. They will have to enter and acknowledge the service and then file. Once they file, if they are not contesting, it will be put on the uncontested or uncontentious list, which means that it will be quicker. If it's contested, then it will be listed through the contested or the contentious divorce list, which means that once the defense is being filed, you will have to, although it's a public document, some parts of the petition are shared in the public space. And something that has to be a difficult situation for a family, render them subject them to ridicule in the public space. So although we all say that please take steps and ensure that your petition is correct, I'm also saying that there are institutions in this country, in Ghana, everywhere, which have been set up purposely to resolve marital conflicts. And before I finish, the statistics is dire. You'll be surprised that the people that divorce most are people who've been married up to about 40 years. 10 years, so the first people who divorce most are people who've been married for more than 50 years, and then people who've been married for more than 40 years, and then 30 years, and then 20 years, and then 10 years. Those who divorce less are people who are married less than 10 years. The divorce rate in this country, when you combine all the age of the marriage, is about 33 to 37% divorce rate. So it is real. We're not making it up. Just ensure that you don't lose out and that assets that have been acquired during the marriage and even before the marriage and after the marriage can all be subject of litigation, and it can be diversified to one of the parties. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Thank you. I know once you've spoken in English, I know some of us may not be able to grab the whole concept the way you've explained it vividly, So, I'll divert now. I've got few questions to ask you though, but you chromo kasano now. Miracle mum, but Oboni tofa kakrebi my wuchi ni mwa na fe yenso ayente bro for papa no. Sebio Miss Remoka na atoya sumu ye na afe ye questions na ba. Nti Uncle Ben open so bi kakregu mre mu na afe de. Wa beti.
Yo, I am for ne hima anope de chichiam. I'm say topic I the bar and normally the topic be bar na ya dia ye tell tia ne bo ye nuanom ne ya dofo no kokko say ye neme bi e wo se ye hwe ti ye mra mu no say aware etochewa na nka e wo se yesiesi na mo wo siesi na ankoyi a ebi wo a na e wo se ba aware jan de abrofo e friend divorce ti say wo divorce a ye wo kwan ba akopra wo se wo gina so a ye de divorce and e say aware no asai kojo a anyade a yesiesi a ebeyi na emom aware na sai kojo a yesiesi a enye yie no ayeniema enum ana etimi kyerese aware no asai kojo ebi ni se oba na na abema no eja wo ho no a ye fra no desertion no eno nkyerese bia we fifie no ebetimi aba se ono na tifie nenso ehihye bia wo mranum no edadi ewo saade na oye no ntina ye fra no desertion ebi ni se sa antitimu no de baa no wa mu no wo mpene so na emom watitim na de ntitimu baa no anya wo fault ntina de baa se saade na wo ho de a ene obetimi akasa uja aware because bema na oba na deserted ebi ni se mumu atete mfimienu na emom se wo se ugina mfimienu no mu ntite ya ye fra no separation na ene na wo se bema na oba no gitum se mumu atete mfimienu ene akiri na emumo gitum se aware no ego wanje antuma a eya anya de a obetimi akọ na court no ama ohumwaye se ene ma aware jai no nkoso ebi nso eye se mumu atete mfienum ade ko se mumu tete mfienum de ko no de a ene na wunhia se oba na na abema no ebema otumi se mufantiti de asema obetimi ade aba ne se a obetimi de 5 years no akwane se uja na nisikasem no ebe ha adwen enti e wo se wokoso e ware no ebi ni se suban boni ni bisai ebi ni se kowensa onum nsa okoba na obefifie gufie ana se oba obeye wo han obetiatia oye yakayaka ade ebi ni se onu emu no sky lotto ya no dete gambling football gambling bi na no ani se money pay a or the good gambling ni so saa or much of money ni nyina ayekwan a obetimi agina so edi egu awore ebi ni so se bio mupie eko party a be me ani san saa mudu fia osikohwini ba wo ko emi hu se be na bi hwe wo sa nyina no na wo bubu mu be me ntina wo yesa awa mu no wo nyo ba pa ada na wo ne krachi kasai postman obedeli ba letter ni particular se wo ne hihye ho na ene eja yakayaka ade ana se papa ya obere di gas meter ade happen ye hu bi de bia postman oba na woni ni din komo na wo sresre chese wo pe no sa ade ni nyina no obetimi agira so ade eja aware de atwa to ne se adwamansam no ne se oba na bema no ane obi foforo akoda ana one no etwen na se uhu sa ade na agina ho obetimi agira so ehun hia se obeba oba no ana bema na one na yesa na ebi wo ho a na unni akade a wode kwokyere na emom unim se bema na tufifie akotena da bi one oba ate me kasa bema manzo tibi yesa ebi oba no so akotena da bi one bema for 40 na omo twempla obetimi akasa ti omote no acha se ayade a omo ane omo ho eda enti obetimi agina so na wahyehyɛ nsɛm we nyina no wode kɔto aban anim a obetimi ayɛ no internet so online ɛno no ɛma no content na wobɛyɛ no internet so a court fee no ɛyɛ 550 na mmom woni sika anaasɛ wogye benefit a wobɛyɛ application yɛ ɛfrɛ no fee remission ase kyerɛ ne sɛ wo fee no anka wɔ so yɛgye wo no yɛde akyɛw wontua ti your application na mo the fee natural wo de file na kwa na court no hwe na nhihye wo so nyina ye pepepe wo de marriage certificate na ka ho wo ye na internet so a wo be marriage certificate no wo be scan it na wa upload wa ma wo o mbe serve be ma na oba o mo de nkrata miensa ana be ba akoma no or the divorce na ye friend D8 no or the notice of petition and the acknowledgement of service acknowledgement I don't know about na be ma no e be sign send nsaka na emom ompene awaregya na so ana opene so ka se ompene so a na che se akoye amantwe na court no ade be to ehomam ama ade no akoba se e wo se moba court na mobedi enkita ho e wo ho enti akoye contested se one case obetwe a na akoye uncontested enti eno no friend BB specialist I don't know amount of content divorce no pam no tram no e di be 14 weeks yes 12 weeks 3 months there but e divorce na mmom se wo kotro edin aguso wo kotro address ote ana se wo spell baby amoware ye no na wo kotia e betimi ama divorce anka wo se ye bosome miensa bosome man e di afe mieno emfe miensa se wo bibisi na wo pese wo sesa divorce na wo timi sesa witimi ye BWF an amendment and I say with the BB koka the watcher on ho and I say we a supplemental amendment and our statement and I say we a second petition now what you do work court no wo so timi file and I will cross petition now also chere say emom bana na be man mom and why you see case law where chere say court no etimi gi wudi any two na the oba aka na no ya bone die na go emu nyina no nkola wom se kola wo ma court no be yen hihye to we application say bi abema no hwew ana oba no hwew ne nkola na eno so hihye wo ho a wo be apply a friend of financial matters and our financial arrangement e bi o pension to pension ni bi kwan wo ho se wo be pension ni bi ana se mu wo fie na emom fie no wo ye bukata nti paper no no nkra ni din mu na wo yes kwan wo ho se wo betimi agibi ye twatwo nyina ne se nsɛm na ɔbaa na abɛɛma no de kɔdan court na ɔde gye awaregyae sɛ yɛ nsɛm a akyire wo hu sɛ yɛakɔhwisɛm a wobɛtumi ayɛ application na yɛatwa awaregyae nim sɛ yɛmma no divorce no koraa wobɛtumi ayɛ na yɛatwa divorce nim na still ma yɛ ɛkum ɛna yere na nsɛn a krakye bi a na ɔyɛ adwuma paa no adwuma na ɔkɔ na nka yɛ nyinaa yɛnim ka woyɛ adwuma a sɛ nka sika na wode bɛfie na wode abɛhwɛ wo yere no mma na ɔbaa no de ne kɔ court akoka se krachi na adwuma na oyɛ no dɔɔso dodo adwuma na oyɛ nti na ne nhwɛ ne ye na ware nso de ɛyɛ adamfofa ɛne enuadɔ na de ma no yɛ degti no sɛ wakɔ adwuma na wo ba na ɔba na da ma no hwɛ w'anim sɛ ɔbɛba na nka modin kɔmɔ na ɔdɔ na yɛ ɔdɔ na mmom de keka ho no nso akɔso no ɔno de adwuma na ɔbɛba na wabrɛ na kyerɛ sɛ ɔtɔ hɔ na ihwa nkro ho saa ɔde kɔ court no court ne gitu nso adwuma yɛ dodoɔ no ɛno nso etimi yɛ reason a etimi gye nti mmarima na mo yɛ adwuma na mmaa no nso a mo yɛ all night saa de bia mo yɛ all night nkoa na mo kɔ no ne nyinaa betimi ayɛ grounds for divorce yɛn kasa men kɔ asɔre but asɔre kɔ no yɛsrɛ mo mama warrior no nso endi mu yɛsrɛ mo nsɔfoɔ no bebree nim sɛ etimi ɛma minim cases a yɛn ayɛ a ɔsɔfoɔ no koraa no bɛrima no na yere no hyɛ mpam no na wafrɛ sɛ mahu biribi ɛwɔ dae mu nti ɔbaa sɔre ne nkɔbɔ mpa na ɔbɛyi bɛgya ne kun akɔhyɛ asa so akɔ blood tongues saa ne nyinaa no etimi yɛ grounds of divorce menim sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no bɛnya adwe but ayɛ law a ɛwɔ hɔ cases a yɛayɛ nti moma yɛnhyɛ ne nyinaa nso na mmom yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ awareɛ no bɛgyina wowɔ problem a fa kɔ relate ɔdodoɔ no ɛngye Ghanafoɔ no antum sɛ wokɔ no hɔ kɔka kyerɛ ne sɛ ebi asɔre pani ameyere ana meku ayɛ sei a na wasɛm no ɛde na wobɛtumi akɔ relate deɛ onimu ku onimu bia wokɔka wasɛm kyerɛ no a ɔmmɛsɔlve ama manyɛ tii ɛnɛ aha ana mede mbɛsi
yo agobɛ yɛ daase aware mo nsɛm deɛ desertion ne na ɛyɛ sɛ ɔhɔ no yɛ mede paa na nkurɔfoɔ bebree na go through such problem a ɔmo a montome nka ɛnɛ ankabɛn abobɔ ɔbɔ so yi ebi baako ɔbɛba no ɔse mabrɛ na ohwɛ nkrom etiefo ɛyɛ ankabɛn mo question baako bi ɛwɔ ho ɛne sɛ Me yami ade ye kan say me ni me kunu na ejai na me feel petition me dey we forms na akọ na court na trono anase court na sene ne de se ne be ya obe sign se obe di atum anase onji ntum na ode be kọ no ho no se ono a also on reply na se on reply na ye troko on reply enkodu mresen ansa na court ne be ka se okay ye nte ne nkenti no ye be go through with the process na ma ana ye ntumi nya bibisa mpacho.
Well, I am first of all, no, under the family proceedings rules, and then the boy who binds a whole year divorce. A year man who can say a friend be a friend of substituted service and as an alternative service. Ain't it? So why a divorce? Not court, not serve by man and now bad. Not one responder and answer one file acknowledgement of service. Divorce on intimate person. Enti kwan ba na wo betimi afaso kwan a wo betimi afaso no sa ya wo kwan bi no wo be ma process server server sometimes no betimi use court for na server but court for no omo adwuma ya no sometimes na nso ani enti wa mo be use process server o ko online wo be hu process server enti wo be ka kira court no say omo mbra wo sealed copy of the petition we are online petitioner still wo betimi a ebisa we have application. On the sealed copy no bar. Sometimes no be petition every online, now be paper application, but it's still okay because I will go ahead. Or the sealed copy ni brewa. Now with the sealed copy, any notice of a petition, any acknowledgements of service document being saying what the account now the ama process server. Na process server na ko be man ho. Na wa ko gwe na oba na wa server no. Or serve na obeswe affidavit so akọ serve no anope say obi a yakọ serve no me hu so makogina ne dan no ni ho o matwitwa photo ade abre dan na no a o mkuta petition no o de a share letter box so we are na still hu be ma na obetimi aye bibi a ye friend no application to dispense with service because why there was say we ye nyina watch on a bank watch on a adwuma because obetimi be permission at on a adwuma watch Salvation Army, Omo Penko for my yira, watch raw Department of Health, watch raw ABA winning the last address, watch raw HM Revenue and Customs. Omo yina return or letters and Abba said, Yentimi more, Yinim baby or what. So I didn't I would be boma, ubet me application I court. I catch the court to say, why ye dear, what's a we yin boom, into young warrior still. Se court on editum wa check internet Instagram Facebook ni nyina wum no wonim na busuafo ba bi omo wa court no ebe sign ama na yegu aware
Uncle Ben me da se nti we no nyina yi se uti se me a eja obrofo nkwa echiri na ade nso ehia wo hwehwe be ma unhu no a eno ase wo de ebomoden na fako hu lawyer so hu na chese lawyer di se adwuma because extensive search se wonim kwan e fa so a ye de ya wo be ne den na chese wo sifa akwa na divorce no so go through ebi nso na wenya be ma fofora na oba foforo bi a ne do epeja to the 100-degree level na o se opeso ware na because of divorce I am go through ntino na wo ho na konkonkwan mu enti mesramo se bibi say eto because minim crofo bebre e frɛ me ka se na manyeti obema ye hunu nkanka ye nuanom na omode America ba kromo abɛware brof no afe na nse ye hu omo bia mo odo aware no odo na teko aware no nso ye hu mo ye nso ye pese ye divorce se na ebe ya ebenya be ma fofora na oba fofora aware ye nso ye hu omo enti ekoba ni say ya eno na Uncle Ben abɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu no uye obi a wa fall into such a victim mesrewo se wo hwɛ na untumi nyɛ sa research ya untumi ko Google trese untumi nyɛ sa adwuma ya Uncle Ben trese wo betro ha wo betumi o se wo ka kyerɛ court se bebia wo befe biara wafa nso be ma no hu no no unim ya mesrewo bomodia na ko hu lawyer na onya ne fefefe court 550 ni de ye court na eji ebia na lawyers no so omo ehu mobo no mate omo de ne so kakra e de ama na akone boko for maybe a telephone lines na tum questions ne doors mre so cop 02037358820 and I say 077 879399958 and now 07596620154 Mr. Obetumi afre na ye kasa nyina obi afra sisi ade mebie lines no e de atum na Obetumi afre na yakoyenim yo anke me obi the question aba enhyedam fa we ye kan sen aware no ho na ne opa tre say wa feeling wa apply for card ibi ni new card no yi USS card ibi card no mbaye na opese otro ekoma resolution center because when you try to ticket dada opese otu kwan ena kwanto no nso ben na eben ena o expect senka card na beba within 1 month and 2 months nanka but emre ne ben enti no kwan ben na onye on tronko resolution center no or bisam address ne krampo on tron is onye ne say na on mom hu say ne na ohia ne card ne temtem Uncle Ben pacho.
Well, I mean, first of all, no Home Office website and a pedia yeshen. I still know that so says 1 year application now obey illegal by the 30th. So why your application now? We are okay, so we cost what now? Problem here, omo aye application aye di omo kuta old card. Yaka aka. So who kuta old card no, but when your email say your mao either limited leave, pre-settled status, and settled status, indefinite leave. Would me use old card no? It took one echo eba. That is one. So why your application now won't say omonka or reference number, but won't say omonka. Young farmer, you're very careful. Say although no old card na emu yeno, why your application. Young farmer, because a bit me about say young farmer. No, or Ghana, what tries a war Yamaumba, because one mono, yam farmer, or be sure system. I didn't know I may advise you be answered. Say, old card, no, I application Yamawa, because you use old card. Obey media to crime, obey media aquaba. Or Ghana, now 1 year application, and outside 1 year application. Person will bar. Obey me a bar, or bar over 28 days, obey your application. So 1 year application. Yamfa now old card. Utu kwaya. O problem ne say because one year application na yamfa no. Oba na acquire immigration for na omo decide. And into the year kase. So old card now new leave. Old card, new leave, old card. Which me ya the opese we including say which one. So, old card, old leave, old card. 1 year application, Miss Rao, Ben Kobedia, your application. So, old card, why application? No decision. No decision on the EUSS old card. What is so be a 1 year? Because you're in farmer, and you're very careful. Men to crime. Obi was a quay, Mammy, me papa. Of course, I will see a supporter, but just also bear in mind, sir, when to me and Baba, with me and Yaduma and Chiaka now, Akobon, and T. So, me to us a devil, the different from Becosu. More training now. Last month, you tried be a friend of escalation through the EU Resolution Center. Over Frewon, over Krawon, over email one. Over threat and normal, over your complaint, over your local government ombudsman, over my MPI involved. Nina a processes over to me a use through the EU Settlement Resolution Center. Omo number. So we were UK. Number is 0300 123 7379. I mean, Bobium 0300 123 7379. Omubie Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's excuse me anyhow. Saturday and Sunday, 9:30 to 4 p.m. Name who outside UK. What person will your application? Why application and my? What person free EU4 because some of the decision now, but what person wants a card and number. Now will be bagana or their brown or their bar. Over plus 44 203. Difference a woman and a born. Plus 44 203 08 00010. Plus 44 203 800010. Nina at the Oberco BBI, your friend EU Settlement Resolution Center online. Omo and I bet me I expedite and now my application akowawa.
You Uncle Ben, me that's it. You know the phobia of Maneso. And we don't end with 9419. You just say better hello, Colin Patrowa Homaso.
Good morning, Manye T. Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Good morning.
So, this question you Kasana Laya Kase say our Leno Mug Jaiwa Hakurama Yedi divorce Namawa. Let's say we have for cancer. Move say to me, Aqua Kuchum. As I Aji marriage in view.
Oh, men casa over there.
Martin, Miss Martin is our papa.
Men casa.
I was at this stage, we are not going to cancel. No.
But I say,
okay, say a true stage, we are over to cancel. But so Umugunu Kradia, until home video.
The American say, what do decree NASA and I decree nisi? There is an idea more donor canona. Ubet me, I withdraw. Say you go our rene crying and my decree absolute. Na Obama now Obani who said, and some Obama now Obani the court down a court.
Hello, good morning.
I am trial. Obet me, I application near trial, divorce. Men can say, Ebusiafo Tenasia, Mubit me. The only time Ebusiafo Tenasina is CC more. I first decree na a friend. Decree NASA and I decree nisi no. A hope na no cry na was so bano and I bear managitum and I court no editum and son await me I withdraw.
So remarriage Matthias Tina say the Obana kind no correct. Now Beverly Nun no panic na person Musa etna. Just almost a Kogana, Koyawa Leno for.
Opesa wo Ghana ye encourage say obeko opesa wo ye wa ha wetimi aye wa once woni obi agya no the same person no say jaware ne ntwempena no ebe ye de a wetimi sa aware no ekwan wo so wetimi aware
Peta so mo de
Papa manyanti papa tacho di akawa ko mtacho
koso
bo on pa ko na o se omo ejaye no omo fa enko home office omo fa enko ba bia se be man ko 2.5 so yeah application obetini aka stella na ire no ba no
hey wa question I hope is me
so omo jaye no fa degree no ko ba bia o ye no online stella da so o ma certificate no
Jack, oh my God, Uncle Ben, where it yeah.
Well, I mean, first of all, because I was radio, so be a lawyer. Now, asɛm a wɔpɛ sɛ ɔde hyɛ ma ne deɛ ɛreme ma wɔmfa nhyɛ ma no nti sɛ wone obi agya na ɔyɛ application a na ebisa wɔ sɛ waware anaa wagyae a nokorɛ na wɔ sɛ wɔka mpakyɛw why
mpakyɛw yo medase
yes yo okay bye bye odofo a wala line so Mr. Mpacho kafra se wegyina so ache efra se na wo kase free ma yente onka
Mpacho friend mama good morning Mpacho me wo question kakra mpese mbisa uncle Ben
Mpacho ko sanke beti
Mpacho me question is say me fa se bia why application na o upload o documents no ni pakro na wegyina ne so eyeye o upload ne passport na obe upload page to page and also obe upload baby ne I mean picture ne details e won nko ampacho me question.
Well, ohima say yaka say upload wo EA sponsor no identity a baby and the biometric data no wo baby and the photo ni din ni date of birth and the signature no na hono pe and I'll be a copy no upload. Why?
You Mpacho, me that's it.
yes
Thank you so much.
mama what said yeah
Mpacho
why
you me that's it. Bye.
Bye. Yo, odofo so na ma end 8968. Mpacho efra wo se oba no ho ofepa wo efra wo se na waka se free.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Concerning about replacement, to say the accountancy a papa, you who say what that done. Now,
There replacement. Oh, card na semana.
Card no answer.
Ma beja voice kakra ma me why? Aye faints. Also meet you.
It's a card no who answer one. Card no who answer one na me make am on. Say me aba ku bebusa sa card no say in case say or permanent me say me were permanent on. And my say me were settlement scheme me year 2019 and dey my and that ho. Na me person be change card no. Be change card replacement card no so let us say Uncle Fabi behind there remy na me nua no pese e bia wono waye email na wanya ne decision no so na the card new card na waye replacement no emaye so obetimi etu kwan
Na ya
Ohima so wo follow here.
Maybe say okay my family enya you
Me are very particular about information I adema. Why are confused because uti nkofo bebre. Okay? Enti Home Office prior to 23rd of April also be answer sign card. Or new assistant only new assistant will be any application. From the 23rd of April, almost said I was so we application to a permanent residence. Now we application here now indefinitely. Now we have permanent residence card. A shed ni ho set a was over sesa. Name upesa was sesa wait me assesa. However, one can say a shed ni ho se brabesesa no. Se who to kwaya. Sa anso na a shed ni ho se kwaje foforo ansa na wode tu kwaya. Obetime de tu kwaya aba because why application ama ya mawo asetna. Home Office website call and apply to the EU settlement scheme. Information ni nyina ewo after you have applied no the ewo ho nyina omatro ego bibia ewo ho bia no e kire se ye ewu hia eye ema na ye dia ma won se ye dia ma wa ye betimi view status online or the code no ma obia betimi a check. And it's up to you. You know, and I say this to people. A shen ni ho say new stay, yama 5 years, limited leave or pre-settled status. And our permanent residence are you replacing with indefinite leave by emailer. I was also card. But the answer in see kwan semensa. Enti when I was saying with this, why?
Okay, now me say na me the me apply no April, but me san kind. Let's say August we say me to kwan. Me the old card and with email na to kwan.
Email no, sir. The anya email no na ema we to kwan. We card na ukura no. Say amount indefinite stay, but ukura permanent residence card. Utimi to kwan. Utimi koba. Why application? Am I amount indefinite stay? To all card no. The amount of bus I say Home Office card no. Oma ye inundated. Obia air apply. And into 23rd of April, almost a sign, almost advance online. Obia ko online. Last month, the chair community and the law. The Home Office. I had no been connected to GM Radio Cat, but the chair a guso. Home Office for akase. Ya mawa setna no kwa de no old card because you use old card. Okay?
Okay, I feel my I'm Matthias, let us say to me. Yeah, Matthias, that's
dear way, dear. Ya come once, my M say I can na. Na yepe wesi ne chen yankasa yebeko na yakọ kan ne humu no kre no ntie
Manyati, I mean, first of all, no, it's, I am in me complaining too much about other people. Information, no, I mean, you're Ghana for Obia information. And Obi Owa utie, no akoti obi for no akoti obi for floor. No, I could you before 4. But the day I can say the final decision in your work. Make your Home Office website. The American. Or say, if you already have a biometric card, you do not need to apply for a new one once you have settled or pre-settled status. I mean, this is Home Office website. And what is the time? 10:39, 10:40. It's still there. Why a bimu kachira yenuanom se chinchine a old card na ya mawa setna after 2019 but o card no enwuya chinchine was so new. I don't know. The only reason I made media man say bi omo new update by the 23rd of April and Home Office say advice and that is the law because it's there. It's on the website. Some person asema make ya. Who call Home Office website? Call apply to the EU settlement scheme. Now click it on after you have applied. After you have applied. Now just after say when applied application successful, viewing and proving your status. It goes on to say that if you already have a biometric residence card, you do not need to apply for a new one once you have settled or pre-settled status. And the settled or pre is given by the email. But that is all I can say. I'm saying, I don't know, so but there's nothing I can do. So we'll be in a program. Now I'm wrong information. I mean, Owusu. Me to me, my son Bekasa, Cratch, as my all wrong. I won't do that. It's not my way. But what would you know? Say, who quite say was so by Quack Kinkai, son, I did Facebook. I made your website. I'll be not one so kind. Now, Obekasa, why confused? Then I never know why you're confused. If I come out, you're confused, I am one casa because the information I had them, I will hope, and it's not sometimes you can't somehow. Maybe I'm at will be my wrong information. You may quote to law and I'm a beguso. Send I will be who say, and you be a young said that egg, then a bino and a law of the chirano, and only a dear guso.
Asɛm na yɛbɛyɛ ne den nipa ho adwuma ɛyɛ den sɛnea yɛka for your classroom asɛm sɛ ya wobɛka no baako nso ɔkɔ akɔtena se no asan ba bɛbisa the same thing biom Uncle Ben, yeah, say, yeah, what the for me wa humane show, me wo voice notes bin so a mebobo na me pay fat ni call na ansana na ma bo me voice note no. Order for wa huma so Mr. Facha me why?
Yo,
say na ye o kasa free.
Pacho manyati media ajwa me kasa free cake. Yadamasi ani juma pa mudi. Hello?
Pacho me ti o customer me why?
Yo, me pacho me kasa free cake. Yadamasi ni juma pa mudi. Pacho me question ni say wo indefinite ewo vijaya stamp di ni bia ewo passport mo. Na o pese okoye British passport. Yes, we could transfer a card so ansana what's up British passport na because it's just 1 month aso me fan say 1 or 2 months but me need biometric card no me de any wo stamp passport mu
Oyema debi say wo status ewo stamp na friend vignette
na ya
never passport tomorrow. The etitino goes on your passport for Friday now, the attire, or your for Friday now, the attire. Or your nationality, who you answer will call biometric card. Why? A waste of time and a waste of money. Who be your nationality straight? Why?
Dan and Pacho, who call your nationality now? I no, your British passport no. I know you take your fingerprint and ask because me your fingerprint in Ibida.
Oh, your nationality, you have a born, sir. Or apply for British passport, you have a born, sir. A processor or casa, which you move cost because you need the passport to the Mawa, which will be a prime minister.
Okay. But Joe, wait a question. The second question is Mikuta EEA for settled status. And I'm a permanent residence. Na me koye British passport na. Dia he na ASM di ni mi no nyina email no any old card no. Old card and bears by 2019, but I'm due 2021 on the 6th of December. Until mu dia he na mpacho metimi dia ye.
Permanent residence no more advantage because a clear data you the permanent residence no more, especially letter at the buy. So we be under section 6 of the Nationality Act 6.1. So who jina wa also for nationality. I was a what na lawfully for 5 years. I was a mao indefinite and our settlement 1 year about. Yeah, na me the mawa. Who was the letter no? Maybe ya the mao 2020. I actually say we now permanent residence 28. Yeah, honor settlement no buy. I had indefinite leave card mawa. Nature was no, I don't offer. Into the because use permanent residence card and a letter. I don't have more advantage.
Okay, that mpacho minya adieno 2018, but card no ye de ma me a 1 month pepe na yirai. And I may year reapplication. I may year reapplication no na oma wo mo peke me no so no omo ya no mo refuse me cry say me free krumha. Finally na or they say minya will be like nipa of application itimi ye bibiana or grantee. And it say omo nhwe say 2019 ni de ma me no but omo be call back to 2018 no because me nyade ni 2018 ira eke na card na ira ye na me call ye replacement no mo de ma me 2019
enti enya omo no mbehwe when I was omo omo hwe
make sure letter they attach
well oje permanent residence omo the letter by don't say date the ma no omo aye no bold and black. For letter na I buy no. A letter no count afa your application.
Me da si bebre. Achunya me nshira.
Ya me nshira won so ame. So a share dey.
Me pa cho ai me share pa. Me da. Oba.
Yo. Adofo sa na ye no na wo so wenya wo mu aye nyina na wa kuma ato. Aka de ne ho. E de an final. Yentie odofo yi na yenhwe.
The Maseo, Mapa Moody. Mr. Moami, Busa question ama Madame Fubi. Okuta EU passport. And or apply for SS exit plan be say May last year no. Or more approval man 5 years. Now about 2 weeks ago no say a letter from Home Office. My reference with the NI and more advising us on apply for SS way before and na opeso hu say bit makoba ne sa so bi a wa apply we ne dada by a year ago omo asan atro no say on sign apply. Does it mean say ne oni records bi a wo mo system no mu ana say just random letters no mo trotro matro ni bi say ama why a bit worried, but checking way no na say ade a why you may last year no the weather was pass ubit me amano by CB chene de onya
Manye tea as obi be was an alka tea repeating a hono kakra mame ntemo hono
obema na ukasa no I want to was a pa papa you yenti free hair and sorry na call be back yem koso
or my reference with the NI and more advising us on apply for SS way before ending of June na opeso hunu say a bit makoba ne sa so bi a wa apply we ne dada by a year ago na omo asan atro no say on sign apply. Does it mean say the only records
that's it, all right.
Okay, me who email now okay no enti sa email no omo de koma omo da man ko for bebre na yesu yenya bi so why dada just fan say omo ball koko eno nkyere say omo nim say why because we a random email Bimon sunya email la omo ye entry clearance and our family permit under the Old Star EEA family permit and yet under EU SS family permit. Omo sunya enya email say omo nye aware say ye issue adene mo omo kra no muntimi mfentu kwan emfamba. Confusion bebre ewo ho Home Office no I think someone should antena sendwan ade omo ye no. Because in one breath, most of your mom were outside among your application. Or bet me the old card and abba, how about more 28 days. Now, so what issue family permit will be now or after June. I don't know the occasions of some application for. Anyway, I hopeful, sir, because you have some of your concessions, debris, including COVID concession. You were another 25th, and you were 5 days. Which is 3 working days. You're hopeful. So between now and 30th, you know, only be before for Beba. Because in some it doesn't make sense. But typical of the Home Office. So they want to look tough. They want to look tough on immigrants. Even on the course of when Russian. But what want to be say, obet me a Friday anytime. Obet me a send WhatsApp. Maybe I cast a kokromuti. Yeah, because even you're off crying now, be sending WhatsApp. Nancy, I'm say you better record the response instead say a typo. Now, I'm easy. And or here, we need problem. Why, yeah, they don't come idea, that's fine. Who has a baby?
You, or that's a major so better. When so we do me monteno. Member the message, man, or yinti.
Good morning, Majeti, any lawyer. Minusenya me adomo ye. Me pacho lawyer me bisa question ama mesewa abrantie bi wo US ena otu lotteries ema abrantie ba ko wo Ghana ena wode mesewa no attach no se ne ba enti omuko interview no ena US for hwe omo system no so no hu say old passport picture ena US need to lotteries no Emma woman said that time na mesiwa no enyini kakra chain passport picture US needed to lotteries no into disqualify or ebe 11 years ni na say ni passport no ewu a oberi new na wanya bema ewo UK ha o pese wonne no ye aware enti wo ko renew ni passport no me pa chaw lawyer onfa bema ni din no attach ni din no ana say ni biological father ede man no a ode ye passport anko de ko US no na onfa enye na afen so say wo fill form na ya na section bi wo ho a ebisa wo say ya refuse with that na different country eduru ho no mo a mi pa cha want take yes and answer on take no be that nyame nhira mo
question there
Anyeti, well, first of all, edin to Mrs. Nti o ware a we oba obetimi afa oyedi. In fact, we be makra na person of family din obetimi afa aka. Ni nyina aye fa. Edin dia utimi sisa anytime. Nti so ware no person of family ko din a o so fa. Na mmom o fill forms a say na mo kan. The baby saw when you should din bi da o so tro. The baby saw what call Europe that you refusal for Europe that it be so say you refusal for America and also I was so sure by the time now almost a visa if you are more restricting it to 5 years if you are maybe so I'm restricting it to 10 years just be careful say outside time or maybe so and any advice I'm giving but sometimes normally I'm more kasa until I am careful.
Yo, Uncle Ben, that's na memory into na mefa call ba ko pe na fe de ya running it up na ya to so ade akọ. Order for one homa so patchoma good morning. Who refrain na your frozen. Peja voice ka krama me why.
Hello, good morning Uncle Ben ne Manyeti.
Good morning.
If I tell your friend Lucy. Me wo problem bi kakra. Hello.
Yes,
no problem with my problem kakao medjumam. Me makori no me 2.5. And now almost the man February no more. The almost make a decision February no. And to almost say almost the card be within 7 days. It's a card na ma be 1 month na yente o monka. And lawyer na or your man no. Ebisa wo mono so ma be deliver amame February ni moda dada na yesi nipa na nti ho it is a here na tese omo de new address any go so omo de buy a flat na mu but omo deliver my different number na lawyer no asan dia koma omo no omo di proof of me why I tell say me name address and so enti up to now my 3 months chom card me my and the major phone so upon me say, or more you share biometric cards and see biometric card and maybe almost to minimum ejuma. And on my business fee. In the same me patch or many day.
May sorry, sir, will go through problem. Some problems here are working. Let's start here, especially in the next after 5 days now. Employers now, among the law national, start here. First of all, when employer near wrongs where you would because on a card no crown and yen was all the joy. There was a who created code online or login. Now what do we keep code no man? No, they check it. So with me here, Juma.
Yeah, the decision letter no crack on my own. I'm on my copy. I don't catch on one cat free.
Also say and proof of status. Until I did also catch on sir. I was so creative code, and normal employer checking service. Normally, here, into only coins was some of them. Into the cell, ACAS, ACAS. Now, and then actually, I won't show normal. Why? Because I can see, sir, I rehearsal a bit start yes, be brave. First of all, so what can we card? And it's now of a sister or my advice, what can people a problem, manye, Emma, your community. Because the one card, bills are copy baby, TNT for so about Munyabot, or 1 2 on Jina home train. Not the call. Or when you call, no TNT, I okay, bet me a baba. but say a call back to more normally no crime maybe on destroy card no and some almost say issue for
yeah maybe they say almost destroy no na happen almost time for until still a my
and to the obayane say you sue EU Settlement Resolution Center more forms online for your complaint for MP and as a report my local authority ombudsman and as a no lawyer non kasa na ya lawyers na bi wa na eduma no dos wo so ba ka sam de gu na sum se lawyer mpacho pusumu kakra ma me na nti opusumu a aya ka se on trouble for come na omo ntre why
yo em se ni line na kat ko yem rekra asu ewie enti no obeti ewo phone ni so adofo tiefo ahwefo yedamo nyina sese mo ne yen sha ase Facebook for anti-doctors adom Covenant Grace Linda Broni adai say last statement bi na we say sometimes omo ne omo ho kasa yeah careful or pesa statement in pa enti no more Facebook ne so rekwabna ye boa misremo me bubodi na emre ne komo fan cheme why sometimes I need to stop somewhere along the way na me bubobo me acknowledge mo so no na course na basa na ma me ho kwan misremo me domo nyina wa homa ne so me damo nyina so ase Uncle Ben ye mre ne ko ene de na odi jai na ansa na obekasa no you tune in for any radio for no misremo ye wie ye aba ade no call but if you're on Facebook and I say YouTube ne there Uncle Ben the last note no intimida mo nyina ase nya menhira mo Uncle Ben mpacho mayente wo
Manyeti am say enade am di beja obia say the new normal has started there were 5 days mo amonye but mo amaye no ehye ewo ho say osesan wo passport osesan wo telephone number osesan wo email and say wo home office website now with the new passport na awaye no what they copy ekuguo what they ebisheso more yeah man ko bom nsa no more different more different route mo use more amode mo passport mo post ko kire anonso mo route mo use ba mesremo what's the sound passport what's the sound address what's the sound telephone number what's the sound email so we EU SSN kwa dia na wo details go online log in necessary do one start from lawyers at transfer login akomo ma membo mo koko so what's the email and our telephone now one sisa online na untimi create code no ma a new employer no fan check him out timisraw mama ye nyina ye ndi so ne ye I hope say omo maka wa chi no manyeti endorse omo maka wa chi no endorse but home office say after June mo betimi akoso ay application mo amoni passport na ID card no say na me kan fitia say omo the paper application aba download wa obe send no by email na omo anje wasetena na atuma
ben yedase na adima yedase Johnson munyina yedase Uncle Ben em say aha na yedi dwumedie no ebebe wiye na sana me krabo so me sabo popo say nyame aduma kwani yesre ochina community and the law baso den you use some yes, you 5 days into no, you 5 days. Never cost who they were. I believe saying Yankupon Adomochina, Yabekoswa Aka you hunsem. So no make a date with that. Ochina 4 to 6 o'clock. It will BWF Solicitors for Facebook Live and YouTube Live now. Basso. Yenya Bema Oreku from me bidding who apple. Na BWF Solicitors here, Bobo Mudi, and he cries a pen I would say, and he no more or more. 4th floor and a house. So 4th floor and a house. Never he. It was 7 Sisters, 214 to 218 High Road, 7 Sisters. And a postcode near N154NP. N154NP. Or London Krumu here. Na mencho kwano. Say una baby bia wo bia bomodia for underground. Like I say, upe Victoria Line no. ebegyina wo Seven Sisters tube station no so usiye na twetwa weni ubehu exit number 2 no upie ye na ubehu abansoro bi ehia sa abansoro ne 4th floor ba kwa ya tro nim ana house no eho na omowo se o drive a ene watu edi bomode ana ko Seven Sisters tube station we Broadway ni so a Tesco kakraka bi wo ho sa Tesco no tumi ko park I think about 90 minutes free park wo ho na o de breka afro so ho ewo ana house ho na sa o de bus nso na nam nso de a ene 149 every London Bridge efa ho elko Edmonton efa enim efa Seven Sisters 76 efa ho 243 nso enam ho 259 so efa ho no 318 any 476 sa bus nyina enam Seven Sisters tube station so we see ya any bus stop a obesi bia twetwa weni na ka se ohwehwe sa building no ana house building no na 4th floor obekwa ko hu omo na mecho na mebi sa na manofa two phone so bomodin sa na me se nye nempo na ehu behia wa megidi se ochene bi no se nye wa unu bi wadamfo bodofo bi sa na mes ne ye 0208 BWF Solicitors for omo number no mpacho fa pen ni paper natural 0208 493 7340 0208 493 7340 dachi bi ebebo ankabe nyame nhya wetie for na se na se ne ebesan asia no chena de Muni Asia ewo BWF Solicitors for live Facebook and YouTube. So nyame nhyira obibia.
Wonim say EU nationals nyina ne won ebusuafo a wonye EU nationals nyina o se wo apply ma EUSS ansa June busome akona wieye afi 2021 yimu se wanya ebe ha won kratasem a wode ti UK se wontu anamon we na wo apply EU settlement scheme entwen last minute ansa ehun hia yie pa se obepotumi a wode tena UK no ho ban na wo hia legal advice bi anso a pebi we koma EU ana EA amanfo nyina wokra registration certificate ana permanent registration certificate ana ebusuafo ayama won resident cards ana permanent residence cards a ewo EA registration 2016 no mu se wonya ye we nyina na se wo sefata apply pre-settled ana settled status answer 30th June 2021 EU settlement scheme pre-settled status eba na wieye ewo 30th June 2021 na mum ehun me hia yie se obe apply no ntem na edwe gine yie na hye no so se we koma omo wo UK ansa 31st December 2020 a wo kura won krata esefata nyina edi won adanse se wendi immigration mrei so na wunni adanse die bia eche mretenti a watena UK se ana EU nationals no nso a eno so betimi ahawodaache se wo apply wo British citizenship. BWF Solicitors ewo nimdie fa UK immigration law na omo aboa ebusuafo bebre wo applications a efa home offices EU settlement schemes no ho. Wonti bebre asia for BWF Solicitors in Tempara ewo 020 849 37340 ana 077 127 61884.
The essence of my praise set on your grace. Who has changed my story? Who has given me a song? Turned my into dancing. It is you and just your grace. You have changed my